Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Xyngular Vice President of Legal along with the Senior Director of Compliance, Chris Crump and Rena Thomas.
Hey, welcome everybody. We're glad to be back. I know you are so excited because we get to talk for the next few minutes about the riveting topic of compliance.
Yay!
I know, everyone's been waiting for this all day long. Just to introduce myself, my name is Chris Crump. I'm the Vice President of Legal here at Xyngular. I've been with the company for about 18 months now. A little bit about me, I married my high school sweetheart and wife now for 27 years. We have 4 awesome children, 2 girls and 2 boys, and we also have 2 grandkids. And let me tell you what, grandkids are even better than kids, just letting everybody know that. Rena, why don't you tell us about you?
Hi guys, Rena Thomas, Senior Director of Compliance. My intro's not as cool as Chris's, so I am gonna step away and let Chris take it from here.
All right, I got it. I got this part. So we're going to talk a little bit about product claims and income claims. I'm going to take product, and Rena's going to take income claims, and we'll go from there. Just want to thank Rena. Let me tell you what, Rena, there isn't anyone at Xyngular that works harder than Rena. She's phenomenal, and I can't wait to hear from her. I remember attending Fest last year in Indianapolis. It was my first Fest. I remember going to the breakouts. And I actually remember the topics. I remember who spoke. And I remember Lacey Friend, actually Lacey, there in Wichita. I remember you getting up in front of everybody and saying, I'm going to start, and by the way, sorry to compliance and Rena, but here I go. And it was, we kind of laugh about that a little bit, but I remember thinking to myself, there's a lot of things happening in the industry right now. And there's been a really aggressive shift in the way in which government agencies, such as the FDA and the FTC, and even the Better Business Bureau are looking at companies in our industry and how they're disciplining them. And I thought we really need to have breakouts and we need to have more training. And I'm happy to report that Xyngular has been active in making sure that its distributor force is properly trained in how to make claims, both product and income related. We have spoken at events now. We have had special trainings. We have even gone live in the XDC. It's fun that marketing and sales want us to be around, and we feel so good about that as legal people. We're just grateful to once again today just to take a few minutes to review the law and how government agencies are interpreting it and how it's affecting your business. So I get to start out with telling a story, and it's going to be the most non-compliant story you're ever going to hear on a Xyngular stage, and it's my own. Here's my before and after, my before and becoming pictures. If you're at XLC, you heard a little bit about this, but there's so many more people. I want to talk a little bit more about this. First off, photo cred, Nicole Ketting, thank you so much for putting this together for me. I want to talk about the before picture first. That picture was done for a teeth whitening company. 6 people of all different ages were asked to have a free teeth whitening session if we would pose for them and they could put our pictures on social media. And looking at the pictures back and forth, you can tell it worked. My teeth are in fact, that's the best part of my before picture is how white my teeth are. Interesting enough, the day that they posted, only 5 of the 6 people were highlighted on their social media story. Guess who was omitted? I was. And as I looked at the picture wondering, why am I not on there? I realized something. I realized that I was the only one that was overweight. And the other 5 people were the ones that were being used. Now, I don't know if I was telling what I call fat people stories, but I thought to myself, I wasn't used because I was overweight, and it was devastating to me. And all within that same week time period, I went to the doctor's office, another devastating event to go to the doctor's office sometimes, and it was my annual checkup, and I was turning the big 5-0. The doctor, he said, he sat down, closed the door. Doctor's a great guy. And he said, hey, Chris, you got a problem. It's pretty critical, and you got to lose weight fast. I was told that I was obese. I was told that my cholesterol levels were elevated. I was told that my blood pressure was high enough. I had to go on medication. I knew there were things wrong with me. My joints were hurting. It was painful for me to walk. Going up and down stairs, I literally would get winded. I couldn't sleep. In fact, my wife would go to bed 10 minutes before I would go to bed because when I came to bed, I was going to snore, and we had to get her asleep before I did. And we ended up taking, frankly, a sleep test. And get this, in the sleep test, they found out that I had stopped breathing 47 times every hour. Think about that. The sleep apnea was there. And to be honest, I was just really unhappy with myself. And I remember looking at myself in the mirror and thinking, this is not me. How did this happen to me? I remember coming home from the doctor's office, sat at the table with my wife, talking with my wife, and just telling her just how desperate I was, and not knowing what to do. And I know that sounds really funny because I literally wasn't sure what to do. And then all of a sudden, it dawned on me. I work for XyngFest. I work for a weight loss company. So the day after the Super Bowl, when I watched my 49ers blow the worst fourth quarter lead ever, and I'm still hurting over that, I started my 8-day. In my first 8 days, I lost 7 pounds. Now, as an aside, I just want everybody to know that the 8-day is the absolute best and most revolutionary weight loss program in this industry right now. It's something that can happen over such a little bit of time that gives actual results. And for someone like me who'd been literally for 30 years fighting it off, it was great to see something like that happen in my life. I lost 15 pounds in 30 days, and as of this morning, I weighed in at 211 pounds. I started at 267, so if my math is correct, I am now down 56 pounds. I am no longer obese. My joints don't hurt. I can walk up and down stairs. In fact, since I started this journey and to now, I just cut off a minute of my mile time. So now I'm down to running miles in 7 minutes and 22 seconds instead of over 8.5 minutes. My blood pressure is normal. My cholesterol levels are normal. My sleep apnea is no longer a problem. My wife says I can come to bed with her at the same time because I don't snore. Friends and family tell me that I have never been happier and more confident. I get it all the time. There is a noticeable difference, and I am so grateful for XyngFest. I'm grateful for the 8-day. I'm grateful for our products, for Trim Sticks, Accelerate, Zing, all those things that have been so important to my life. Now, I've just given you the testimonial that is non-compliant, and we're going to work on it. But I want you to know something. It is a truthful testimonial because I have lived it. And I am frustrated that I cannot give it just that way when I tell it to people, because it is truthful. But the FDA and the FTC, they are holding that those types of claims that I made are misleading because these product claims have not been approved by the FDA or the FDA's drug approvals process. So as I give my testimonial, I have to change a few things. And I want to go over, there's 5 things that we need to highlight. First off, when you're giving product claims, stay away from those disease claims. You just got to take them out. You can't use them. So obesity becomes overweight. Hey, I was overweight. I wasn't obese. Your high cholesterol now becomes, I'm maintaining my already normal cholesterol levels. I know it sounds funny, but those are the way that's okay to use. Second, we don't use the words treat, cure, or prevent. We can't make those claims. To make them, we would have to have gone through a long and expensive FDA approval process on our products. We haven't done that, so we say things like our products help support and maintain certain functions of our body. So let me give you an example. As I said, my blood pressure was such that I was going to have to go on some medication. So instead of saying that our products treat high blood pressure, I can say things like, XyngFest's products support proper heart function or the circulatory system. Folks, I get it. It ain't sexy, but it's legal. So that's what we have to do, is stick with those types of words. Number 3, we have to stay away from saying, hey, I was off my medication. I got off my medication. One of the great things about XyngFest is that when you're losing weight and you're on our products, many of us can say that we were able to get off of our medication, or that we never had to take medication at all. I'm one of those people. I was literally given 30 days by a doctor to lose weight, or I was on high blood pressure medication. Getting off meds just can't be said. It's an implied treatment claim. So instead of stating that the doctor wanted to put me on high blood pressure medication, I change that and say things like, the doctor told me that I needed to change my habits so I could have better heart function. Number 4, we need to work on and just staying away from implied claims. Be careful of those. Joints hurting, things like that, when you start talking about symptoms of a disease, like joints hurting could be a symptom of arthritis or fibromyalgia. Those are claims, those are implied claims, and the FDA, FTC, they don't like them. So we got to make sure that we don't say those things, and we stay away from just the symptoms to say things like, I needed to take the products to support and help my joint function. You discuss those structure and functions of the body and how the product can support it. And when you do that, you're going to be fine. Finally, I want you to stay away from all COVID claims, period. No negotiation, that's enough. Since we last met in Fling, the FTC has sent out 16 warning letters to other network marketing companies whose distributors stated that their products had a positive effect on COVID. Yes, I get that if you have less weight on you, if you get COVID, you're probably going to be able to get through it better. But the fact of the matter is we can't equate the two. You could just not do it. Our products legally can't be said to do it. The FDA hasn't approved it. Don't mention COVID in our products, please. Next, what can we do as well? Well, paint a picture. Paint a picture of your story. Start with your before and becoming pictures. Folks, they're powerful. You see my before and becoming picture where I've lost 55 pounds. That talks and says everything in and of itself, right? Our last speaker talks about how they just wanted their daughter to lose 50 pounds, and oh my gosh, she did, and all the positive things that instead of just existing, they're living now. State of those types of stories, those positive stories. Talk about your energy. Talk about how much happier you are. People notice. I mean, look at me. Folks, I am wearing a fitted suit for the first time in 30 freaking years. That is because of Xyngular, right? I haven't done that literally since my 20s. I am so grateful for this company and the products that it's given me. Say these things to people. Talk about how you're walking up mountains, how you're going on long walks. Tyrone said that earlier today. He's now walking. He's walking with weights on him, right? Those are the types of things that you can share, and we're going to be fine as you tell your story. Finally, if you need help, go to your back office. We have the do's and don'ts in your back office for product claims. It's going to tell you words you can use. And if that doesn't help you, email compliance@xyngular.com. We've got a whole team that's going to sit and help you formulate your stories. We want to work with you. We will always work with you. If you get that email or letter from compliance, know we're here protecting our company, protecting your business, and we're going to work with you to make sure that we get it right and we say it right. So with that, that's my side of the products. Now we want to get on talking about how we can talk about our income and our opportunity. And I've asked Rena if you want to come on and join me here. And as Rena comes on, I'm going to leave and let you go.
Thanks, Chris.
Yep.
Wow. Isn't his story so inspiring? I mean, it's obvious that we have amazing products. So as Chris said, I get to talk to you about the other amazing part of Xyngular, and that's the business opportunity. So as Chris was talking about, making product claims and how the FDA and the FTC will monitor how we make those claims, the same goes with income, right? They want to make sure that when we're talking about the income, we're talking about what the typical distributor can expect to earn. Is it a truthful statement? And can we substantiate our claims by backing it up with the income summary? So to be honest with you, I could probably stand here and go way over my time and talk about the FTC, the guidelines, and maybe try and help you understand them, and you probably won't agree with them. But instead, I kind of want to throw a different spin to this, okay? So with the FTC, their job is to protect the consumer, right? Now, let's think about this. I've heard in just a recent breakout earlier today, and I'm going to hear it all weekend. You guys are going to hear it all weekend. There are steps, right? There's goals. You guys are teaching your team, and you as leaders are taking steps to raise leaders, right? So let me just give you an example of something and keep that steps in mind, okay? So every day, really, and this isn't a testimonial, this is my real life. So as I'm driving home from the office, there's a neighborhood and there's light, and right as I'm going into my neighborhood, there's this sign that just stares me in the face every day. It's this big, ugly yellow sign, and I wish I would have taken a picture of it and put it in my slide so you guys could see it. But what it says is, work from home, be your own boss, earn $20,000 a month. What does that tell you? Think about it. What are you guys instantly thinking about? Me, I'm like, okay, what's the catch? It's a scam, right? That's my thoughts. You guys, we are living in a world that is full of skepticism, right? We're all skeptics, whether it be, people are confused with what's going on, but it's just, or it can be natural instincts, right? We're skeptical. So when I see that, I instantly think, what's the catch? Now, if I was sitting at that light and I saw that sign and it said, work from home, earn $500 a month, I actually might bite. I actually might pick up my phone, take a picture of it, and then when I get home, call and see what's up, right? So it's very similar to, as the FTC is, obviously, as the FTC puts these guidelines in, they are protecting the consumer because naturally people think it's a scam. Well, that's fine, and we know it's not. But for us, we actually are trying to present it so that it's attainable. It's an attainable goal, okay? So as I go through some of these I'm giving you guys examples of income testimonials. Please know that these are actual guidelines that we have implemented, that we have put out there to help you so that we can protect your business and that you can protect your business, okay? So I'm going to give you an example of an income testimonial. And before I do this, I want to make sure that I say straight from the heart, I am not dismissing anyone's income story. I have been with Xyngular for 4.5 years, so I have seen the success that comes with the Xyngular opportunity. So I by all means, am not doing that, okay? But what I am trying to do is I'm trying to help you understand these guidelines so that we can protect your business and we can work together to make sure that Xyngular is here for forever. All right, so here's an example of a non-compliant testimonial. Thanks to Xyngular, I have been able to walk away from my 9-to-5 job. I no longer have my boss to report to. Me and my husband paid off our mortgage, and now we are looking for that perfect piece of land to build our dream home. Hashtag financial freedom. Okay, so as I said, that was the non-compliant testimonial. Some of you may be able to relate to bits and pieces of that. Again, let me explain why a testimonial like that is going to hit the FTC radar. So we talked about the story, right? The FTC wants us to focus on supplemental income. The story I gave falls under replacement income, okay? So the example, leaving my 9-to-5 job, that's an example of replacement income. Financial freedom. I know this seems like just a simple phrase, right? This is actually a very hot word for the FTC. Even if you had the most compliant post and just having the hashtag financial freedom or hashtag, quit your job, a hashtag can be very detrimental to the post, just a simple hashtag. Life-changing income, again, it's the example of, I left my job, that's life-changing, right? We want to be careful. And of course, yes, we have seen that the income that comes with the Xyngular opportunity can be life-changing. Just be very careful on how we express that. Quit your job, we already talked about that. And luxury living or big purchases. So example, right? We paid off our mortgage. Large dollar amounts, right? Paid off our mortgage. Those are things, when you hear paid off our mortgage, I just refied, and I'm going to tell you that just put some huge amounts in my head, okay? And then trying to find that lot to build our dream home. That's luxury living. Those are big purchases, okay? Now let's talk about what we can do. So we want to focus on supplemental income, the extra income, right? This is on top of other income. This is just the extra income that I'm getting. It's the fun money, okay? Time freedom. So I said, be careful when we say financial freedom. You guys brag about the time freedom. I see it all the time. You are able to run a business from home and still manage to be amazing parents and friends and take care of what you have to take care of. So brag about that time freedom. Expenses associated with everyday expenses. So a story for me, and it actually clicked. I was a single mom for 4 years and, single income. And I once heard this story from another distributor. I didn't get her permission to use her name, so I'm not going to use her name, but she knows who she is. A lot of you probably know who she is. But her story was, because of her singular income, she was able to go to the grocery store, and she was able to buy her family groceries and not worry about her card declining. Wow. To me, that's attainable. That's what is going to make me want to join Singular. I'm going to learn the rest, right? If I have other goals, teach me. Once I get there, once I'm in Singular because of that attainable goal, the rest is going to speak for itself. So hopefully you see the difference between the $200 grocery bill versus, paying off your mortgage. And then last thing to remember is Singular is an opportunity. Singular is not a job. So keep that in mind as you tell your stories. So I'd love to give you an example of another testimonial. Let's do it compliantly. Thanks to my Singular business, I have been able to work from home and still manage my households, all while earning an extra income. I've been able to, as a football mama and a dance mom, help my family out with paying those fees. Thank you, Singular. So hopefully you see the example in that, and obviously my testimonial is not going to be as good as how you guys would do it. You guys are the pros at it. But hopefully you can see the difference between those two. So as I gave the example of a compliant testimonial, there's one little piece that we're missing. It's my baby. It's the income summary. You guys, this is probably the most important part of the testimonial. When I said the FTC is requiring that we substantiate and back up our claims, it's this guy. So if you guys remember, probably about maybe, as Chris said, this last year has been crazy with the FTC and new guidelines. Right before, maybe about a year and a half ago, we used to say, hey, tell your income story. As long as it's true and as long as you put that income summary on there, you're good. Unfortunately, things are a little bit more, we actually have to add a little bit more to it. So don't kill me when I show you this. But we're going to get through this, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. It's disclaimers. Like I said, we live in a world where everyone is so skeptic of everything. I guarantee if you watch TV, at least 2 of the 5 commercials that you will see a disclaimer. Whether it's teeny tiny, whether it's a voiceover, disclaimers are everywhere. It's part of building a business. Plus, this is what's going to help protect your business. So as you do a disclaimer, it's really important, and I'm going to explain how to implement the disclaimer. But first, let's talk about what is included in a disclaimer. So you want to make sure you include 1, your rank, 2, that these earnings are gross earnings, and 3, there's other costs that are incurred into your business in order to build, such as monthly product purchases. And 4 is the income summary. Those 4 are key to a good disclaimer. So for example, let me give you, I put my compliant post on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you guys use, the one I gave you, and it's right there, right? Well, right underneath is where we would want to include that disclaimer. Please note, it has to be in the post. In order for the FTC, if they saw that, in order for that to back up that claim, it has to be in the post, not in the comments. So here's my compliant post, my testimonial, and my disclaimer would say, I am the rank of a platinum manager. These earnings are gross earnings. These earnings do not include other expenses such as monthly product purchases or other expenses incurred in building a business. click here to view the Xyngular income summary, and then that link right there. So as you see, I am kind of looking down because I actually need to read the disclaimer myself. It's tough. I get it. I don't expect you to be able to be like, oh, I got this. This is good. Don't worry. So I'm so excited to announce that we have finally finalized our income do's and don'ts. You heard Chris talk about the product do's and don'ts, but we have finalized our income do's and don'ts. And I've talked to our marketing team. It's in their very amazing hands, and they are working to beautify it. And we hope to have that released to you within the next week or two. It will have everything you guys need to help make your income story compliant. It will also have this disclaimer on there. One thing I would highly recommend is, I know this sounds weird, but it's going to help you guys and help you move faster. Copy that disclaimer. Just copy it from that doc. Paste it in your notes on your phone. Paste it somewhere that's easily accessible. So that way, when you do make your income claim, it just becomes part of a habit, right? You just take it and you just post it.
All right, I'm coming back.
Hi.
You did such a great job.
Thank you. So lastly, as I said, we have several resources to help you that are accessible to you. But the main thing to know is we have an amazing team. This is my team, you guys. They are here to help you. We don't expect you to be pros at this. Trust me. There's not a day that goes by that someone from my team doesn't come to me and they're like, hey, I got this income claim and I just need some help. I just need some help to help give this distributor wording so that we can help them with their story. Talk this out with me. They do this every day, right? They're not pros either. Me, I've been doing this for 13 years, and trust me, there's times where I go to Chris's office and hey, I'm stuck. Can we talk this out? I need some feedback. I've been doing it for 13 years, right? It's tough. So what you do need to know is that we are on your team. We're here to help you. It's a partnership. Look at my team. These are people. It's not computers. It's not automated messages being sent to you. You have a real life person reaching out to you to help you. They want to help give you the tools to build your business. They want to answer your questions. So if we reach out to you, know that it's not a bad thing. It really isn't. It's actually a good thing, because what it is we are catching it before it hits the radar of the FDA and FTC. So work with us. We do monthly trainings, we do team trainings, and we do one-on-one trainings. So if you are interested, email compliance@xyngular.com, and we can get that scheduled for you. But again, the biggest thing is it's a partnership. We wouldn't be here without you guys. We want to empower you. We want to help support you as you build your business. But most importantly, we want to protect your business. I appreciate you guys. We love you, and we seriously would not be here without you. So we hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you very much.